I got 18 marks in taxation when I gave my CA intermediate group 1 for the very first time. Whereas in my third attempt, when I cleared my CA intermediate, I get 56 marks in taxation. How, what was my journey, and how I improved this, we'll be talking in this today's video. So hi everyone, my name is Priyanshi and welcome back to my channel. And without any further ado, let's just get started with today's video. The very first point is that work on the quality than the quantity. Mostly what we do is we skip the quality that we are gaining from the chapter. Rather, we just focus on syllabus completion, that I have to complete 100% syllabus, and let's just not put more efforts in concepts and just do the questions or doing practices and not revising it again and again, and just forgets about everything and just focus that I have to complete the syllabus. This is not the right area. It's okay to complete 80% syllabus, but with the quality, with the improvement, with the conceptual clarity in your mind. It is very much important, and this was the one point that I never got in my, like in the first attempt I was lacking in this thing, and I was more focused towards clearing it, that I have completed all the syllabus, rather than thinking that am I able to understand everything or not, am I able to recognize everything or not. So this is a very important thing, that firstly focus on the concepts कि आपको सब कुछ अच्छे से समझ में आ रहा है, everything is cleared in your mind, also you are able to recognize everything or not, and if not, then start revising everything again and again, because taxation is a very vast subject, and trust me, if you not revise it, you just forget things. When you are doing studies, you feel like I will be able to remember and recognize, but that's not the way you think. You have to revise, otherwise you'll forget. Even the examples your teacher gives in the class, you feel like I'll just recognize by these examples, you forget those examples too if you don't revise. So one of the important thing I'll say is revising again and again, especially taxation, because it really needs revision. Secondly is prepare notes. In my first attempt, I was not ready to prepare notes, because I was the one who used to not prepare notes in my schooling or etc. I used to revise everything through the book only. But if you are doing self-study, then you have to make notes, because study material is a bit difficult for the students who are doing self-study. And if you are doing by taking classes from any teacher, if you are okay with their notes, that is completely fine, go through their notes. But if you are somewhere confused or you are not able to recognize anything, just make your own notes. Even if you have purchased the classes, recognize it through your notes. If you will make notes now, you will not need to recognize that much, because everything will be in your mind somewhere, and examples will be fit in your mind automatically, because when you write, it just somewhere stuck in your mind, and you will not be confused anymore, and it will really help you to recognize the things. And this is my personal experience. In my third attempt, I took time, I gave much time to the taxation, and what I did was I made handwritten notes. I was very much strict toward this. I made every single chapter notes in my own handwriting and my own ways, and I just took help from few teachers or few YouTube channels, because in first attempt I took classes, and somehow I was bit careless and I didn't make the notes, etc. I didn't take advantage of the classes. But in my third attempt, I did everything through the YouTube and made the notes by that only. So make notes by yourself. You have to also analyze which chapter is consuming more marks or which is easy to score good marks. For example, we have set off and clubbing. These are the two chapters from which one question comes compulsorily in every attempt, and these are very easy chapters. So you'll just see there are lots of chapters which are easy and having a good coverage. Like set of clubbing, you have to do them, they're very much easy and having a good coverage. Then we have chapter number 2, residential status. That is one of them which is easy and again having a good coverage. So just see, deduction is another chapter which is quite easy. I mean, you can easily recognize the sections in that particular chapter, so you can take help from that also. The question which comes for the more marks, the first question, that is a compulsory one in taxation, that also includes the deduction part, so you can do that too. And in the 5 heads, I know PGP is a big chapter, but if you start doing that, you will love that chapter. Like in my first attempt, I didn't even touch that chapter, to be honest, but in my third attempt I gave lots of time to the PGBP, and that was very much interesting, I'll say. One of, I think according to me, it was the capital gain which was a bit tricky. I think some people like TDS TCS, some don't. I was the one who never liked it, so I never did that. Yes, I never did the TDS TCS. I just did few sections, I'll say, but I was not able to solve the question from that chapter. I think there was a question of 4 marks, I guess, from that chapter, and I skipped that. Other than that, I did everything, but that chapter was not my cup of tea, so I just left that chapter. It's really okay to leave few chapters if they are not in your control or you are not able to understand, but just remember, whichever chapter you are doing, do that with the proper conceptual clarity and giving time to those chapters. Let's talk about the GST, because it is also consuming 50 marks, so we cannot ignore this. Just make it stronger as much as you can. GST is the part which can help you to get good marks. Even though I got more marks in income tax than the GST, my income tax part was a bit better than the GST. I didn't give that much time to GST, but you should give, because it's easier than that. Few students find theory easier than the practical, and there are lots of sections in the income tax which makes the practical more harder. So just focus more on GST. First you should do the GST completely, and after which you can go for the income tax, or you can just go parallelly according to you. But do not skip the GST part. Do everything in GST. I think everything you should do in the GST. GST will give you 40 marks easily if you grab it properly. So just work on GST very, very perfectly, and after which you can go for income tax. And for the priority basis, I'll say do 5 heads from which you can skip capital gain if you want to, and you can skip TDS TCS if you don't like that. If you like that, then you should do, but I was the one who skipped. So I'm just saying, if you want to skip even 2 chapters, you can skip if other chapters are going in the right direction according to you. MCQ, you have to make a good efforts in MCQs. See, MCQs are not gonna come from any other place. They'll be from the book only. They will be from your conceptual clarity only. So just work on the MCQs and try to solve as much MCQ as you can. Even though I didn't solve the MCQ, but I was more focused towards my notes. That helped me to get good marks. I think I scored 24 in my MCQ part of the taxation. So MCQ is very much important. So just practice, and you should score at least a 20 above in the MCQs to get good marks. And that is pretty easy, because there will be the direct question or case study questions from that area. And in GST you'll get the registration equations there, or supplies equations there. So you'll get these kinds of questions, direct questions and easy questions in the MCQ part. So make a good approach in the MCQ part as well. Last point is that, which you'll say is out of the box, but it is very important to keep in your mind, is that self-belief. I was very much in self-doubt that maybe I'll not be able to clear, and that impacts our studies, that impacts our preparation. So you have to be very much aware about yourself, that you can do it and you have to do it. Otherwise you will have a doubt in yourself, in your mind, and that will somewhere impact your studies. You will not be that much focused towards your studies, your taxation preparation, or any other subject preparation. So if you have doubt that in last attempt I just got failed, I didn't even get 40 marks, I will not be able to get it, don't think about it. Just see my story and other students' story as well, that I got 18 marks in my first attempt, and I had this in my mind that I will not be able to clear, dude, I just failed in previous attempts. But I had somewhere believe in myself that I will be able to clear it, and I got 56 marks. So self-belief is very important during your preparation. Believe in yourself, manifest a good thing about it. These were the few points that should be kept in your mind while preparing for the taxation. One is recognizing everything and revising everything by again and again. Second is making your own notes. And third is that just choose wisely which chapter is having how much coverage, and do not go for the whole syllabus. Just go for the quality, and how much you are doing should be done perfectly, after which you should be believable in yourself. So I think that will be helpful for you somewhere. Do let me know in the comment section. I'll be meeting you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.